With the release of the next-gen version, many people are either coming back to The Witcher 3 or just now playing it for the first time. So, whether you're an expert or a beginner, I made a few guides to help you all get powered up early. This guide will show you how to get a great start with 3 easy tips to master combat in no time. The key to combat in The Witcher 3 is preparation. There are many steps you can take before the battle even starts that will affect the outcome of the fight. For starters, meditating is one of the first things you should do when getting ready for action. This will refill all potions and grenades and remove the toxic effects from potions you used in the previous fight. The next thing to consider is that the durability of your equipment has an impact on how effective it is. Weapons will do less damage, and armor will give less protection when they are in poor condition or broken. Before heading out, stop by any blacksmith or armorer to have your weapons and armor repaired. Once you have repaired all your gear, you can then enhance your weapons and armor further at places like the ones shown here for a bonus to attack and defense. Eating food provides such a small amount of health regeneration that you might not think it's worthwhile. However, if you have the gourmet skill active, it increases the duration of the healing effect from 60 seconds to 20 minutes. There are many Witcher decoctions that offer various long-lasting effects. For example, the one shown here adds 1 extra use to all alchemy creations, like grenades and potions. Think carefully about which decoction will be most useful for each encounter or for your playstyle. To further increase your chances of survival, don't forget to use blade oils. Applying the appropriate blade oil will increase the damage that Geralt deals to that enemy type. These blade oils can be upgraded to offer even better bonuses and, when stacked with the right skills, can also grant other beneficial effects like applying poisons and increasing Geralt's defense against that enemy as well. Tip number 1 is don't hesitate to take the time to prepare before a tough fight. Now that you know how to increase your chances of survival by preparing for the battle, let's talk about using signs. All of Geralt's Witcher signs have multiple ways that they can be used in and out of combat. A full guide of all Witcher signs will be coming in the future, so we're not going into much detail here, but you can't have a combat tutorial for this game without discussing creative use of signs during combat. Some enemies, like the Foglet, can be particularly frustrating because they can cloak themselves to be nearly invisible. The game's bestiary tells you that Foglets are vulnerable to the Quen sign, but what they don't tell you is that the Ard sign can be used to knock Foglets out of their camouflaged state, making them much easier to dispatch. Axii is another great sign that can be used in more than one way. The Axii sign can be used to calm or even control people's minds, but it can also be used to stun enemies in combat. Enemies stunned by the Axii sign are left vulnerable and unable to fight back. Tip 2 is to get creative and test each sign in different situations as a necessary part of mastering combat in The Witcher 3. Though the game's tutorial teaches you how to use grenades, if you never actually use them, it's easy to forget about them and never learn just how powerful they can be. There are many different types of grenades in The Witcher 3, with upgrades available and skills that improve their stats. But for now, let's just talk about using grenades in combat and why you should care about this third tip. Beginning an encounter with a crowd control tool like the Northern Wind grenade guarantees a smooth start once the slicing and dicing begins. Grenades can also make a difference at the end of the battle as well. Some grenades will pair extremely well with certain Witcher signs, For example, the Dragon's Dream grenade, which releases a cloud of flammable gas, can be ignited spectacularly with the Igni sign. When timed right and used appropriately, this combo allows Geralt to finish every fight with a bang. Even high-level enemies are no match for a well-timed grenade. As mentioned in Tip 1, meditating will refill all of your alchemical creations, so don't be stingy with your grenades. One final bonus tip is, quite simply, to combine the tips in this video and be careful to not get stuck using the same tricks over and over. Preparing for the fight, then alternating between swordplay, signs, and grenades will make each encounter easier and more fun. Know some good tips that I missed? Let me know in the comments. As always, I hope you found this video helpful, and thank you for watching.